trying to get across to Gopi, who we spoke to a short while ago. He's at the very spot where the plane crash landed at the airport. There you can see remnants of the plane near a wall. Let's go straight across to Gopi. Gopi, can you hear me?
Yes, Rajdeep, I can hear you.
Go ahead and tell me what you're seeing around you.
Rajdeep, it's absolutely a devastating scene out here just outside the Calicut International Airport. And I could actually see that the aircraft has come down at least some 30-40 meters down from the runway. So as we were discussing earlier, it's actually a tabletop runway set up out here in Calicut International Airport, and it was raining very heavily. And it's assumed that the aircraft was just trying to land on the runway. It could not stop at the designated point, and it just overshot the runway, putting the aircraft down into that small valley, which was also inside the airport compound. And it's actually very shocking to see that the cockpit has been separated from the rest of the fuselage. So the aircraft has been split into two parts, which could have actually resulted in the unfortunate death of two of the captains. And also, the actual cockpit area has actually, we could actually see that it just smashed into the compound wall of the airport, and the wall has also been damaged, and the cockpit seems in a very bad shape at the moment. So certainly it's actually a very devastating scene out here, and we have been told that the evacuation and the rescue are over. Now it's all up to providing necessary facilities for the people, necessary treatment facilities for the people who have been rescued from this aircraft.
And you're telling me, Gopi, that everyone has been evacuated, all those who are trapped inside the aircraft have been evacuated. The Kerala DG and Mr. Munir, the MLA, told us 11 people are confirmed dead. We are told one figure was 10, the other was 11, including the pilot and the co-pilot. And about 45 people who are injured, critically injured, taken to hospital. But 170 people relatively safe is what we are being told.
Yes, indeed, Rajdeep, because as of now, the local administration has confirmed the death of 11 people, including the pilot and the co-pilot of this particular flight, and 40 to 50 people are believed to be in quite a critical condition, because that is actually evident from the way where the aircraft is actually positioned at the moment, or the way it's lying over here. Because it's actually very, very disturbing to see that the aircraft has been split into two parts, and also the seats were actually thrown into the air is what we can see, because there were seats and other bags which were spread all over the place. So quite a tragic scene out here, and people who are actually severely injured or in a quite critical condition are being taken to the best hospitals available in Calicut. There are private hospitals and medical colleges, so they are being treated over there. But unfortunately, sources are suggesting that the numbers could just go a little more higher.
Who's the NDRF and a lot of local volunteers along with the Kerala police carrying out this rescue operation around you amidst that pouring rain? I'm presuming it's still raining.
Yes, Rajiv, it's been pouring down heavily since the last 3 days in northern Kerala, and we were actually following those rains, and that is how we managed to reach here. And unfortunately, this tragedy has happened over here. And the first to reach in the spot was actually the local residents. And this airport is actually located very close to the residential area, which actually acted as a huge blessing for the people who were actually trapped inside the aircraft. And because the aircraft broke the barriers of this particular airport, people could easily get inside and try and rescue maximum people. And it was actually the local volunteers who first initiated the action. And after that, the local police and the fire force has arrived. Now they're being assisted by the CISF, which is actually conducting the recovery of equipment from the cockpit. We could actually see that they were just searching for some vital documents, and it's always understandable that they might have to recover.
Gopi, we are getting those pictures, and we can see it. We'll get you in the frame in a moment, because you are reporting, I know, from a very, very difficult position at the moment. Those are the images a short while ago of the Kerala police, the NDRF, doing the evacuation process, checking whether any more further bodies or any individuals were trapped inside the aircraft. Remember, the aircraft split into different parts, and this is the part which is close to a wall where on this tabletop airport, when the flight skidded off the runway, it split into two after a hard landing, is what we are being told at the moment. Our correspondent Gopi Krishnan Unithan is at that very spot where this is happening at the moment. Rescue operations taking place amidst heavy... let's look at Gopi's report. Go ahead, Gopi.
Actually dropped from the runway, which actually came down at least 30 meters down into the valley. And you can see this particular cockpit over here. This has actually smashed into the wall. This has actually smashed into the wall of that particular airport. This is actually the outer wall of the airport, and as you can see now inside, that is actually the cockpit where the CISF officials are just trying to recover some important data. So this is quite a surreal image, and I hope you can see inside the remaining portion of that aircraft, because the aircraft unfortunately broke into two pieces. The front half included the cockpit and a few others that just apart from the rest of the body. And what you see behind is actually the remaining portion of that particular aircraft. So quite a surreal image. We, at least I must say that we haven't really seen similar scenes from Kerala. Recently, we have actually heard about reports of aircraft slipping off the runway, falling short of the runway, but still now this is an incident where the aircraft has actually gone beyond the runway. We actually technically call it as a overshooting, and because Karipur airport is actually a tabletop airport with a tabletop runway, the aircraft has come down. This is actually an Air India Express flight which was bound from Dubai. And now, as you can see here, the cockpit is actually being inspected by the officials. They're just trying to recover whatever available data they have at the moment. So, as you can see in this visual, quite a tragic incident, quite a dramatic turn of events that has happened over here in Karipur, and yet another tragedy for the people in Kerala. With camera person Tinku Rajshekharan, Gopi Krishnan Thiruvananthapuram in Wayanad for India Today.
Well, that is as I said, Gopi Krishna Unithan reporting from ground zero, where he can see those images around him amidst pouring rain. We've got the evacuation which continues to take place in Kerala at the moment. Remember, the crash took place at about 7:47, so it's about more than 3 hours now since that crash took place. The flight had left at about 2:40 is when the flight left Kerala and left Dubai for Kozhikode, for Calicut. And as it was landing, apparently this was the second attempted landing amidst the pouring rain. The flight seems to have had a hard landing, skidded off the runway, broke into two pieces. A number of people have been rescued, fortunately, because the entire plane didn't break into flames, as can happen at times in such incidents. Remember the Mangalore air crash a few years ago? That's when the casualties, therefore, were much higher at that time. That too, like Kozhikode, a tabletop airport there in Mangalore. We're told that there were 4 people who were stuck under the debris, but the police have, the security forces have worked in rescuing them, and the DG informed us that at least 170 people have been rescued. Remember, there were a little over 185 people on flight, 189 according to the passenger manifest that we had a short while ago.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.